This conference will now be recorded.
I love her so much. Um, Welcome everyone to our SolidHack finalists and winners announcement. I'm super excited for this. This is something that we've obviously been thinking about for more than 3 months now. Um, and David actually started planning this in January. And at first, it was going to be one of those big ideas that he has that never comes to fruition, but it happened. Here we are. And before we started recording, I was going on about how we actually started a trend where like Astro started a hackathon, and then this like Chakra UI. I never know how to pronounce them, but they started a hackathon, and so I think we're starting like a open source hackathon trend, which hopefully will continue to bring people into the ecosystem and yeah, focus on what open source is all about. Building cool stuff. Um, so yeah, with that, um, I think we have a few people here who are finalists. I see Fabian. I don't see it like no one turned on their cameras, which is so sad. But it's okay. It's okay. I know. I I know you're humans on the other side. Um, so basically, what I'm gonna do is do like a lightning round and showcase each of the finalists. So ah, he's there. Wow. Okay. It's great to see you.
I'm
Um,
real.
you're real. um, Amazing. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do a lightning round here. We had three categories. I don't actually know what the order of the categories are, but I don't think it matters. Um, so this category was the like the solid um app category. Can everyone see my screen? So yeah, Loomcraft is this sort of epic adventure, which apparently is WebSocket enabled here. And this was built with Solid and Loom, which is has been a member of the ecosystem for quite a long time. I think I should probably close this tab now before we get crazy noise. Um, the next thing to showcase is Rehash, which is a password manager. And this works kind of an interesting way. Basically, instead of generate like most password managers, they just look at what password you put in and store it for later. This actually generates your passwords for you using a hash function. And so in order to like regenerate all your passwords again, all you need is that hash function on a different device, and the password is a function of the page you're on and maybe your username. Okay, so that's rehash. Then we have code image, which when I saw this, I was like, wow, someone like knows their CSS, and it's or maybe they used Hope UI. I don't know, but it's really great to see something like this, which is very similar to that other one that everyone uses by default that I can't remember, but this allows you to take a picture of your code and make it really pretty. Um, so those three are our finalists for the solid app category. Hopefully I got the name of the category right. We had a student category, which is super cool. I'm actually nominally a student. So like, even though I don't take any classes, I'm still a student. So it was really great for me to see students discovering Solid. Um, so SolidTable is, well, we can always use more good, easy to use table libraries. And this one, like, I love this like nice little documentation um, page, and um, we're gonna see. We also have a finalist that's a form tool, but we'll get there. Um, Blitz is like a it's kind of like a cross-platform, not cross-platform, cross-framework state management tool, um, and it has this demo. I guess this is how you demonstrate state. But it's cool. It's cool to see this. So thanks for submitting. And Bloki, which is kind of like Notion, I played around with it when it was posted, and it's kind of a really deep rabbit hole. So uh, I'll run out of my 20 seconds here, but basically it's a solid based block editor very similar to Notion. So those are our student finalists. Um, and I mean, I really hope that whether you like win or lose, you continue to be solid evangelists among students, because students just say like, "Oh, web development is React," and we need to like change this trend. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you continue to change those tides. The last category is the ecosystem category, and this category is important because one of our like explicit reasons for doing a hackathon is we wanted to encourage the ecosystem to grow. And boy, did we get so many! I think this might have been the biggest submission category, and it is just super amazing for us on core team to see people taking Solid and creating new tools on top of it that make it easier to build your Solid apps. So Form Gear. I believe this was based on the Angular form solution. I'm not sure, but it does support Vue and Angular as well. Um, and yeah, it's got form validation. It's got those nice little like JSON validation template things. So definitely check out Form Gear if you're looking to build a form. I feel like everyone hates building forms, but every app has one. So always good to see new form solutions. Hope UI is kind of similar to Chakra UI, which means that next year we might have a Hope UI hackathon. Um, but yeah, this is sort of taken the ecosystem by storm. I've seen a lot of apps already being built with Hope UI because it just makes it like super easy to compose nicely styled, accessible which what do you call these things? Components. And then lastly, we have a material UI library. Everyone asks for the material UI library in Solid, and yes, I'm very happy to see this material UI library come into the ecosystem. Not because like I believe every app should use material UI, but sometimes you really want to use material UI and you just need that plug and play solution. So thank you for developing this. And those are our three finalists for the ecosystem category. So now that we've checked out these 9 epic projects, I'm going to pass it on to Dave to talk a little bit more about the winners and yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan. First of all, I'm so excited to finally be here. It's been, 3 months of just anticipation to see not only the submissions, but the finalists and now the winners. And I mean, Corey already knows who's going to get awarded a lot of money today. And we're really, really happy to share it with you. I've actually invited Steve from Builder.io to help us reveal each of the winners and the categories. I also want to give an opportunity to the individual winners to say something if they'd like, even the finalists, if they'd like to come on and say something towards the end. We might have time for a 2 to 5 minute question answer session as well. But I guess with that being said, um, I'm really pleased that everyone came together. Thank you so much to the planning committee. Like, this was a lot of work, and with all the ideas we kind of pulled together and make happen, this was probably the most ambitious out of all of them. But hey, we got through it, and you know, I hope this really brings a lot of value. It has brought a lot of value to the Solid ecosystem, and we have 50 new ecosystem projects out there, so it's incredible. That being said, Steve, I guess we'll start with the first batch. And so I believe we're starting off with the best student project. By the way, if you would like to say anything as well, I mean, as a representative builder. Oh, actually, sorry, hold on. I'm making a huge mistake here. So I need a few more seconds. I want to take an opportunity to officially thank all our sponsors. Stitch, major sponsor. They also gave us free access to their API. So when you were voting, you had to sign in with GitHub. That entire action was supported by Stitch's API. They're an excellent supplier, a SaaS supplier. I actually have now used their product on 2 or 3 projects. It's just been such a breeze. I also want to thank, obviously, Builder and Steve. We also have 402 who's also sponsored, and ClearSpend. There are also some private donations from myself and from Brendan in our community. And yeah, I mean, so that's all I got. Steve, now I'll turn it to you.
Yes, totally. Thanks. You can hear me okay?
Yep.
Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Stoked to be here. Cannot wait to announce the winners. I'm Steve from Builder. We're so thrilled to sponsor this, and we're so thrilled to see so many amazing submissions. SolidJS has always been such an amazing framework that everybody raves about, but building on the community, on the ecosystem, and all these amazing projects, I think is pretty game-changing. So should we just dive into the winners?
Let's do it. Sorry, I was on mute. So I guess best student award goes to.
Do we have a slide for these?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll change the slide. Yeah. Sorry, by the way, we've never actually run an awards show before, so this is going to be hokey. Sorry. So best student award goes to
SolidTable, Moksha Jain. Amazing work. Do we want to go through all the winners in a row, or do you want to have people crop up and kind of talk about their project in between each?
If he's here, let's have him on and say a word or two. We'll give you maybe a maximum of 30 seconds, and then we'll have to just cut you off. We have the ability to do it. This isn't like a regular awards show, so be careful. Is he around? No, maybe not. Oh, there he is.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, so SolidTable was actually an adapter for React Table that made it work with Solid. Recently, the maintainer of React Table, Tanner Linsley, made it framework agnostic. So I thought that it would be a nice idea to make an adapter for it. And like it wasn't aimed for this hackathon. The hackathon just happened to be at the same time. So I submitted it to it, and now it's actually also part of Reactable in the same repository. So yeah.
Amazing. And so you get a prize of 2,000 US dollars and an internship with 402. So we'll make sure that you're connected with the 402 folk. I'm sure they'll be very pleased to have you. Someone as talented as you creating such an incredible project. It's a good fit. Okay, so we're gonna move on to, I believe it's Best App Award. And so the prize for this category is 5,000 US dollars. And I will change the screen and then Steve will say his spiel.
Oh, shout it out, yeah.
Yeah.
The winner is, drumroll, code image, Ricardo Pera. Freaking awesome. I'm going to start using this because I share a lot of code screenshots, and the tabs and all the beautiful navigation and the customization is so cool. Are you here to jump in and give some words? I think we don't have Ricardo.
Maybe not.
Well,
no,
we love the
let's give him let's give him 30 more seconds. Just
so next year we're gonna fly everyone out to be together, and we'll have like a big banquet. And I'll be the
actual awards show. Huge party afterwards. Let's be honest, it'll be for the party. Okay, well, let's move on and to the biggest category. The award for this was also 5,000 US dollars. This is Best Ecosystem Utility Award. I'm super excited about this one. Like, I'm actually kind of emotional about this because the whole hackathon was based on this category. And then we started to recognize we needed to have two other categories to give people equal opportunity to submit cool projects. So that being said, I'm going to change the slide, and the winner is
Hope UI. So maybe not surprising. This project is obviously really incredible. So Fabian Murray-Louise, forgive me for my pronunciation. I'm sure it's off at least a little bit. Amazing work. This is so useful for everybody to build on top of, and it looks like so many people are. So incredible.
Next year we're gonna have like the whole like Oscar style like audio with the and he started like reacting too, so that was extra on top of that. Anyway, sorry. Fabian, why don't you go ahead and say something? We'd love to hear some thoughts.
Yes, thank you for make me the winner for all people have vote for me. And quickly for the future of OpUI, I have more things to come. In my mind, obviously there is Solid Aria, which is an ongoing part of React Aria. So all people who want headless component library, it's coming. Yeah, and it will be part of the Solid community. So the Solid primitive teams also help me working on this, and it will make OpUI better and will act as a foundation for design system other people want to build in near future.
Awesome. I'm very happy with all the results. Like I literally all the winners really make this all worth it. I'm actually getting a little emotional. But this was really awesome. I'm very excited. Thank you all for joining us. In regards to prize money, that's all coming out of Open Collective. So I will be in touch with each one of you so we can determine how to transfer those funds to you. Thank you so much to our amazing sponsors, Builder, Stitch, Clearspin at 402. It's amazing to have people who actually care about growing an ecosystem. I thought it would be very hard to raise the funds, but the amount of people who are just like, yeah, absolutely, no problem. Here you go. So in regards to if SolidHack will happen again in the future, it's something that's been asked quite a few times. We'll see. This is a lot of effort to get going, and we'll try to bring together the planning committee again and maybe run it for the same time next year. We'll also adapt and change some of the rules. A lot of people thought it was very long-winded. Maybe the announcement and voting process was, a lot more prolonged than it needed to be. So we've learned a lot of things and how to actually run a hackathon for our first time. Luckily, there haven't been any, major screw-ups, and we got through it relatively unscathed, but there will always be a chance to do it even better down the line. That being said, I guess if Core has anything to say, maybe Ryan or anyone else on the team, if you want to chime in for a second, please feel free to.
Yeah, thank you, David, and honestly, thank you everyone who participated and Steve coming out to announce and whatnot. Honestly, this kind of project wouldn't happen without everyone. This isn't the kind of thing that I'd put together. It's just not in my zone of thinking. So I'm just like so happy to see what this has accomplished and what this does, because I mean, struggled a bit with the fact, the whole, we don't have React compat, and, the whole story behind, how do you build a framework out of nothing? Like, how do you build an ecosystem out of nothing? And, at first it was a bit of a curse, but I wasn't worried about that. I was just doing what I wanted to do. But now what I'm seeing is this is kind of a blessing, and this hackathon is kind of shone that light on to me, because we might have started being like, oh, we need component libraries. We need, we need these missing pieces in our ecosystem. But because we don't have compat, and we don't have that easy, just pull the library off the shelf, there's a really compelling reason to come and build stuff with Solid, if you believe in what we do here. And that's the amazing part. It isn't about the fact that there's all these libraries. We introduce new people into our community. Like, now, I mean, I guess you can always choose to stop maintaining it, but now you're vested. You have a library or an app. You've built something incredible. You've seen how great Solid is, I hope. And essentially now you're with us. You're part of us. And I think that's even better than having the libraries. And that makes me so happy to see what that means for the future, because maybe it might have started with sure, porting a React app. It turns out, I guess, it's fairly easy to port a React app, comparatively compared to others. But now this is baseline. Like, where does this go from here? You already heard, Fabian's plans for a bit for Hope UI. Like, we can do better. We can do more. So I think, as long as you have the people to build it, that's what's important, and that's what we brought in here. And I couldn't be happier about this whole the whole state of affairs.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Ryan. And if there's anyone else, please chime in. Aside from that, we have 9 minutes left. There's nothing else in the show to show anybody, so please feel free to raise a hand or chime right in with any questions that you might have. We'll also take a moment to take suggestions. I know that there are some rocky points in the hackathon. For example, some people really wanted to be able to continue working on the project during the hackathon, so we needed to impose a lot of rules that would make it fair for everyone. I guess we'll just feel free to like raise your hand or hop right into the conversation at any moment. For those who have to head off, please feel free to. And someone unmuted. Who was that?
I just wanted to say, it's David's job to thank everyone else, but I wanted to give a shout out to all the incredible effort that David put into this hackathon and making it happen. It's been really fun to see.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. It's been a lot of work. But you do it when you're passionate about something. There's no such thing as work. You just keep on throwing time at it. So it is what it is. Someone else is unmuted. I can't tell who it is. Please feel free to chime in.
It was Kapil.
Sorry, my mistake. I muted.
No worries. Okay. Well, if that's all, folks, Kaisa, you're unmuted. Would you like to say something? No. Okay. Well, I guess that's all, folks. Everyone have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for coming, and congratulations to all the winners.
And for all those who didn't win, thank you for participating.
Absolutely.
It was really great having you. And I hope to see you the next time so you can win.
Everyone won in my heart.
Yes.
Thank you.
We can close out the recording
Agreed.
now if anyone wants to stick around.